Hey you guys, welcome back to the SweetpeaDiaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and I am back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my channel. And if you're a new subscriber, welcome to the SweetpeaDiaries. Be sure to like this video, share the video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you're here, please let me know if you can hear. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know so that we can get into this video. Hi, Marquita. If you're still here, please let me know if you can hear. Let me know, let me know, let me know, let me know. Can you guys hear me? I know. I'll see if I can. Let me see. Yep. You guys can hear it because I just heard it. All right. So y'all, what? Oh my God. Are there aliens? Child, what's going on? What is going on, y'all? Oh my goodness. We are going to talk about it tonight, okay? You guys, I was on TikTok and I had asked these questions before, right? I had asked before, like, how come when people are abducted by aliens, why I don't see any black women talking about they've been abducted by aliens? So I happen to be on TikTok and leave it up to TikTok, okay? TikTok is they're going to give you what you're asking for. And I came across, listen, let me show y'all before we even let me just show you. Let me show you.
Died in 1940. So this was in the 1930s when these things were happening with them. She said they would be sitting on the side porch at night and they would see lights over the oil wells, and a lot of times they would see what they thought were little children dressed in white running around the oil wells. And on several times they saw it in the daytime. They would see these little children dressed in white. And once or twice they got up to go see if they could catch the little children and find out who they were, and they would start out, but by the time they would get there, the children would be gone. The main concept was creating a hybrid breed. At least that's what they told me, that they were trying to create a race of people that could live in our atmosphere and in their atmosphere. And they had not yet produced that person. Now, on another occasion, I remembered being shown a baby that really favored my grandson a lot. If you would, give it the slant eyes, they weren't as big as their eyes, but it looked human. And I knew that this was my child, and I wanted to take that child with me, but they said that it would not be able to live in this atmosphere. Well, I know that it was physical, because if I did not get out of that car, where did I get all that dirt that was up to here on me? If I just stepped out of the car and looked up, because we were on pavement. So it's no way that I could have got that much dirt on me just standing outside a car on the street looking. And that's the first thing that let me know that it was real. And beside this knot, which might be, you could say that it could be anything. The bruises are real. Nobody is beating me up in my sleep. because if anybody hit me that hard, I would wake up. And the places where I have the bruises, I couldn't give them to myself. And like I said, if I bumped into something that hard, I would certainly remember it. So it's real to me. It's not really a frightening experience. It's just, it happens, and it doesn't leave you frightened. I think the thing that frightened me the most was that I was not consciously aware of what had happened, and I did not know what to put these ships with. I didn't have anything concrete to say, well, they're coming to do this or that. I just had the frightening feeling. And after I found out what had happened, I was at peace with what had happened, knowing that there's nothing that I can do about it, because I cannot stop them. Nobody can stop them from doing what they want to do. Nobody on this earth, because they are too far advanced mentally and technologically for, we don't have a defense at all.
Yeah, it's like they do magic.
Yeah, they could come in today and take over if that was their desire. But like I said, I don't feel it's their desire to take over through violence, and they don't care about governments. See, government control is not their thing. They want bodies, and they want minds that are going to do what they want the minds to do, but they need the bodies to do whatever it is with. And that's where we come in.
I don't mean to laugh, but it's just the way she said it. They want bodies. I don't mean to laugh because, you know, it is a serious situation, but it's just the way she said it, y'all. Now, I believe her story. We're going to get into another young lady that claims to have been abducted by aliens. And this is recently. This is in 2023. But this interview with this woman seems to be probably like back in the 80s or 90s. But I believe her, you know, I believe her. I don't think, she didn't seem to be like she was telling a story or telling a tale. But it was just funny, like the way she was saying it. But one thing that struck me as she hit it right on the nail. They want bodies, okay? She said they are doing experiments. They're trying to make a hybrid breed. I've always heard this same story, that is something going on over on their planet, and they need, you know, what we have over here. Their race is dying off. And this, our world it just has life everywhere. Human beings, animals, plants, like there's life over here. So what more better than Earth to do whatever it is that these, you know, aliens or other life forms would want to do if they need life, if they're looking for life. We got it all over the place. So when she said that government is not their thing, they're not into government, ma'am, you are absolutely right. They don't care nothing about our president election. They don't care nothing about Trump. They don't care nothing about Biden. They don't care nothing about Kamala. They care nothing about that. And if they wanted to wipe us out, they could, just like that. So I don't believe that they want to take over. If this is, I'm not even going to say if anymore. I really believe that there are aliens. I'm sorry. If the government is now just coming out now, you know, they're trying to like get us prepared. They're having these disclosure hearings, and whistleblowers is coming out all over the place. And they're like having these, you know, congressional hearings. They're really just trying to get the public ready. Okay. They already know, you know, they trying to act like they don't know. They already know. They have agreements with these damn aliens. Okay. They've been doing this forever. Since the beginning of time, they've been meeting, you know, aliens have been coming down and meeting with civilizations and giving them, you know, technology, I see you guys in the chat. Hey, Adriana's report. Hey, Coach White. Hey, Brian. Hey, Angelic. So, I mean, from the beginning of time, they have been coming down and meeting with civilizations. Okay. I really believe her account, that they told her they trying to make a hybrid race. They're trying to mix our DNA with their DNA, and we can get into that in another video. Okay, that's a whole nother topic. But I believe what the woman was saying. Now, there is another account from another young lady. Now, this is in 2023. Now, let's hear her story.
Ask them, why were they gathering?
So I have been very hesitant to post this video, but here it goes. So, Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2023, I was abducted by aliens. Yeah. I know there's going to be plenty of people who call cap and get my comments, oh, she lying, anything for cloud, blah, blah. Y'all. All right. Here it goes. So, I'm in this dream, and in this dream, I'm in middle school. Okay. It's my middle school back home in Louisiana. And at this time, I'm like, I'm a student in middle school, right? And then it flips, like within like a couple seconds, it flips to where I am now a teacher in the classroom of the middle school. Now, which is really interesting because I used to be a middle school teacher back in 2016. Okay. So there's one of my students who just came from the front office, and she came in talking to me, and she was like, hey, there was a student who was in the front office who's acting really irate and cursing and telling everybody she's gonna pum them. Yeah. So as she's telling me the story, all of us over here, the student yelling coming down the hall, that student, she's closest to the door. She hurry up and locks the door, and I get everybody in position for active shooter alert or whatever. So, away from the front door, away from that door, whatever. Now, in this particular classroom, in this dream, I have a back door that leads to outside. So I tell the kids, and I was like, if we start hearing pew pew, then we're going to exit, we're going to run out back door. Okay. And then we hear the girl, because like I said, my classroom was in the hall. The student opens up the big double doors to lead outside. Okay. Then my dream switches again. So this time when the dream switches, it's nighttime, and I am in a parking lot of almost like a outlet mall or a shop, big old shopping center. Because I remember how the stores are kind of like wrap around. Or whatever. So anyways, I look up at the sky, and the clouds are really weird. And all of a sudden the clouds make a funnel. And I'm like, oh snap, it's a tornado. And I start trying to make my way to run from the tornado. I didn't get very far. Got sucked up by a tornado. As soon as I got sucked up by a tornado, I blinked. Not a switch like in the beginning. I blinked, and now I'm on this gurney, and I'm strapped down on a gurney, but not in a way that you would think. Like I only have one big chest kind of strap. Like my legs aren't fully strapped down. I can move. I don't have anything over my mouth or anything like that. I'm able to move my head. But what I do have attached to me is to all of my fingers and all of my toes, are these tubes that are connected to me. Okay. These tubes. And I remember they started pushing some type of substance or whatever through the tubes, and I could feel it going through my body. It wasn't painful. I know, I was like, dang, that felt very real for a dream. I could feel it. Okay, I could feel this going through my body. And so after they finished pushing all the stuff through my body, they unhooked me from everything, and they said, okay, let's test it out to see if it, if it works. So they tell me to basically like test. Okay. So anyways, all I did is I moved my hand like this, and there was a table. There was like a steel table that was in the room that I was, and I moved my hand like this, and basically I made the table like fly. Okay. And then they tell me that I needed to go unalive my myself in the other, like the other me, because we can't exist in the same plane, in the same realm. That's what they said. And I was like, okay, cool. So it transitions where I'm back at the school. I find other me, and I remember holding her up, like choke, like holding her up by her neck. Not really choking her, but holding her up by her neck. And I tell her the message that they told me was that, look, we can't exist in the same realm, same plane. One of us has to go, and it's you. And she complied. Like, she didn't try to fight me. She didn't start crying, nothing like that. She was just like, okay. And then I remember, like, I just threw her, and she fell to the ground and then disappeared. So when I woke up, as I literally was waking up, I could hear our garage door opening, and I was like, it's Christmas Day. I know my husband not going to the store because it's Christmas Day. Everything's closed, right? But I know I heard the garage door open. So I go walk to the back of the house to go check on my 5-month-old. And when I walked to the back of the house, our back door was completely unlocked. Now I was like, what? Alarm system was still on, but the back door was completely unlocked. So I get back to my phone. I go to check the cameras. Nothing on the cameras. Nothing on, like no activity. Nothing on the cameras. And I'm like, what? And I was like, okay, that was a very strange dream. So when I told my husband when he woke up about the dream, and he was just like, so you got abducted by aliens and you ain't come get me? You ain't. And of course I kind of laughed it out. I was like, what you mean? So after talking to two of my other close friends about it, they was like, hey, Jan, I think you really did, y'all. And after further research, all the people who've had experiences with being abducted, everybody thought it was a dream. Y'all do, so whoever, don't send this to Erykah Badu because I don't, because I also live in Dallas. Don't send this to Erykah Badu because I know she upset that they haven't came and got her. I don't need her to come try to find me. But yeah, so my abduction experience, it wasn't anything negative. I wasn't in pain. So yeah.
So I don't know. What do y'all think? I don't know. I don't know about her story. I feel like that's more of a dream. Um, I have my own theory about these abduction situations. I really think that the government, you know, they have a program. Um, I don't want to get too, deep into this situation because sometimes people be like, what? But, the government has a program where they actually try to make people think that it's like misinformation. Like they will try to make you think that something's happening that isn't happening. And it is with this UFO situation. There was literally a man that he actually lived near an Air Force base, right? And this is back in the 90s, 80s, 90s. And he thought that he had intercepted a message from UFOs. And so he would fly over the base that he lived next to, and he thought he saw structures and, you know, things that were alien bases and stuff. But what it actually was technology that the government was creating, like fighter jets or something. And he wasn't supposed to find this out, you know, because it's government secrets. So because the government seen that he had found this technology, instead of telling him like, hey, you know, you found, you happen to come upon fighter jets or whatever, they literally made him think that he had intercepted UFO communication. They put an agent on him and everything, and had this man playing a role with him, making him think that he really had came in contact with alien messages. And this man spent the last 25 years of his life in and out of mental institutions because it had literally driven him crazy, because, you know, he was taking the information to the government and they was acting like they was in, researching it and doing all this, but really they weren't. Really, they were faking all of this. So the messages that he thought he was intercepting, they were actually putting the messages out. So, you know, it wouldn't put it past me if the government wasn't in on some of these so-called abductions when people think that they're abducted by aliens. It really wouldn't surprise me. Just like that movie where I forget the name of the movie, but I think it was a series or something or a movie on Netflix where the robots ended up taking over, the AI ended up taking over the world. But when the aliens was fighting them, or they thought they were aliens or whatever, it really wasn't aliens. It was really government people coming back trying to, you know, fight the AI, but they were making them think that they were aliens and they were dressed up in alien suits. It wouldn't surprise me if the government wasn't acting like they was abducting people and doing damn experiments on people. That would not surprise me at all. Okay? So, yeah, her whole experience, I don't know if that was a alien abduction, quote unquote, you know, if there's really abductions, because it just seemed like a dream. She was saying that it was a dream, you know, the whole door being unlocked and the security system still being armed. You can go to bed with your security system on and the doors on the actual door unlocked. That doesn't mean anything. You know, her saying that she heard the right, Michelle, Project Blue Beam. That's exactly what it was. Project Blue Beam. Yep, that's exactly what it was. You know, but her saying that, you know, she heard the garage door. That could have been her husband going, you know, out or coming in. I don't know. I just don't believe it. I don't believe that it was an actual abduction. It seems more like a dream to me. That's what it sounds like. Sound like she was dreaming. You know, she said she was at the school and then she was here and then she snapped her fingers, all this. So it just seems like a dream. The other woman back in the 80s and 90s around that time period, her story seemed more believable. Okay. So I want to get into, before we get really into what my video is really, the discussion that I wanted to have, I want to show you guys this clip of what went down in Congress today with this UAP, UFO, another hearing that they had. Okay, Jam, check this out.
Welcome back. Congress returning to the Capitol and revisiting the topic of UFOs. Today's House Subcommittee hearing on UFOs, what the government now refers to as unidentified anomalous phenomena, or UAPs, was the first in more than a year. News Nation's Joe Khalil live for us on Capitol Hill. Joe, you were in the room for that more than 2-hour hearing. What did you learn?
Well, I can tell you this. If you are someone who is not familiar with this phenomenon, what you heard in there was bombshell. There were multiple people, witnesses, who under oath, and these are former military officials, some, talking about a program that exists within the government to retrieve crashed UFOs or UAPs that have been made by non-human intelligence. Take a listen to one of the exchanges that played out during this hearing.
If these technologies are not made by any government, who's making them? Private companies, or are you implying they are crafted by a non-human intelligence?
Well, ma'am, that's precisely why we're here. The problem is that, temporally speaking, over decades, not just the last 10 years, before, to put this in perspective, when
are these private companies you're implying, or is this non-human intelligence?
It may be both.
Okay.
When it comes to Blue Force Technologies, I would not be able to discuss.
Okay. Are you read into secret UAP crash retrieval programs?
We would have to have a conversation in a closed session, ma'am. I signed documentation 3 years ago that restricts my ability to discuss specifically crash retrievals. I submitted for my book through the DOPSR process, which took a year for it to be reviewed. And what is in the book is what I was told I'm allowed to talk about.
Has the government conducted secret UAP crash retrieval programs, yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Were they designed to identify and reverse engineer alien craft, yes or no?
Yes.
So those two yeses right there at the end, very important there. Now, just shortly after that hearing, that was Congresswoman Nancy Mace chairing this and really running the show. We talked to her after the hearing. This is what she said in terms of what she got out of it. So all of the witnesses today and last year, the same thing, their consensus was there is a program that tries anyway to reverse engineer craft that is of non-human origin. Given everything you've heard from witnesses who've said this under oath, are you convinced that that is the case, that that is actually happening?
Well, it's hard to say. We've had now 2 hearings where people have made this allegation, made this statement as a fact. And so I haven't seen I don't have the documentation. I don't see an actual physical vessel or a reverse engineered vehicle. That would be foolproof to say, yes, this is what's happening. But this, again, is just the tip of the iceberg. We've only had 2 brief hearings on it. There's more work to be done. I think the success of this hearing today will mean that there'll be more hearings in the future, greater investigation, and hopefully more whistleblowers to come forward.
So obviously, Nicole, a lot there. Again, especially if you have not been familiar with this topic before. Now, of course, the Pentagon, the Department of Defense, they deny that any of these programs exist. Even the ARROW, which is now the agency within the Pentagon that is tasked with investigating these kinds of things, also says they've got no evidence these kinds of programs exist. Congress, obviously, they say they're going to continue to push and try to get more answers on this topic, Nicole.
All right, Joe Khalil live for us there on Capitol Hill. Joe, thank you.
I just think it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that you would have to have these hearings and stuff, and people, the Pentagon, they're going to continue to deny that these secret programs exist when people are coming out saying that they've been working on these things. They done seen it with their own eyes. But then the woman, the chairwoman, she's sitting there too saying, well, you know, I don't really have a vessel, so I can't really say that it exists because I don't really see it. These people have sworn before you. They have sworn on the Bible. They have, you know, they're saying, we're whistleblowers. We're coming out saying that this stuff is happening. They're, you know, UFOs are in the water. They in the skies. The things that people are seeing, they're UFOs. People in the military, they've been in planes, they've been seeing them, and it's real, okay? And the only reason they're doing this, I'm telling y'all, and people, when I talk about it in my own circles of family and friends, people laugh. They laugh at me and say, girl, ain't no aliens. I'm telling y'all, mark my words, to this day, right now. I said it. Today is 11/14, okay? November 14th. It is a Thursday at 12:58 a.m. One day y'all gonna turn on them damn TVs and the news, the government news people, just like they are now, having these hearings. You're gonna see the damn president of the United States shaking hands with an alien, but it's not going to be looking like no alien that you see in the movies. It's going to be looking like, what do they say? The Nordic ones, the ones that look like people, blonde hair, blue eyes. They're going to be looking like that. I'm telling y'all. That's why they're coming out now at these hearings and stuff, because they want to ease it out. They want people to, they just want to test the waters to see how people are going to feel, because they know if they just run it out like, hey, it's aliens, it will be mass hysteria. People will go crazy. It will be lawlessness. It will be riots everywhere, and the reason why that would happen is because it would just question everything that people know about religion, about things we've been taught in school, about all of the things that church and everything that we've been taught about the Bible and Catholics and all that. I mean, it would just, the Vatican, can you imagine all those Catholic people and the Pope and all this shit that they've created, all this stuff for control? If they come out with these aliens and these aliens say, well, we're responsible for, y'all. The DNA, we created y'all. Do you know how crazy this world would get? So this is why they're doing it. They trying to do it like a little bit at a time. Y'all remember, I don't know if it was this year or if it was last year, but y'all remember it was in Florida where the aliens, they seen them at the mall. The places, they was out, people was fighting them. And y'all remember they shut it down. They didn't play it on the news. They took it all off of social media. Y'all remember the family in some state in Midwestern, I think it was, one of them states, that said it was 10-foot creatures in their backyard. They was trying to fight them. They was calling the police and the 911, and they had that recorded on them 911 tapes. Y'all remember overseas, I think it was in Mexico or whatever city it was, they was fighting the aliens, and we seen that on YouTube. They was fighting them. They was shooting at them. They came down and was trying to take over their town. I'm telling you. Hey, The Reckoning. Angelic says, I believe it. I believe it as well. People laugh at me all the time, but I believe it. I believe it. There's no way that we live in this vast universe, millions and billions of stars, and we the only life. It's just us. It's nobody else. It's not possible. Okay. It's just not possible. Like I don't believe that we're just put here and there's nothing else. I just don't believe that. Then when you even start getting into the pyramids and the crop circles that, are, mysteriously just pop up in fields, and then when they get into planes and they look down at the crop circles and you can see that they're like geometry and shapes that correlate with the heavens and with the stars and the planets and the constellations. Who the hell is making that? I mean, come on. You can't make something on the ground and you need to be able to see it, you know, from up top to be able to see what you're doing. There's no way you can, you know, you can just make something like that. You just was walking, or you took a damn lawnmower and you just made it. It's not possible. So, okay. Yeah, they were in the backyard. People don't believe it, but I'm telling you, when it hits the fan, when the shit hits the fan, everything that we know, our world as it is, like, it's just going to come to a standstill. Skirt! Everything just going to come to a halt. And everything that we've been doing, all of this rat race, all this working, all this planning and businesses and doing this and doing that, it ain't going to mean shit. I'm telling you. All this shit on YouTube, all this shit y'all worrying about my goddamn hair products, and y'all better be trying to get y'all something, because I'm telling you, everything that I'm doing, all of this Soul Sister and the SweetpeaDiaries, all this money that I'm trying to make, honey, I got plans. I'm trying to get me a compound. I'm trying to get me something off grid. So when this shit hits the fan, me and my family, we are secure. You come on that thing if you want to. We're going to blow your head back. Okay? Me and my family, we're going to have our food. We're going to have our well water. We're going to have our solar panels. We ain't going to have to worry about. Y'all better start planning, because when this shit hit the fan, I'm telling you, all this ain't going to mean a damn thing. Ain't nobody going to be firing up no lives to be worrying about. People going to be trying to come together. So everything that we fighting over now ain't going to mean a damn thing. Trees, don't bring your ass down here, because I'm not helping you. I'm going to send them right over there to 514. You know how you say 514? Oh, 514. I'm sending them right over there. I'm going over there. Don't come knocking at my door. I ain't got nothing for you. But yes, I'm telling you guys, it is going down, okay? It is going down. But again, I believe this woman. I want you guys to take a look. I want to take a look again at her video, and I actually want to react to this, because there was a couple things that I wanted you guys to take a look and listen to.
Why were they gathering eggs and this? And they told me they were making a hybrid race.
And for what?
They didn't want. I wanted to know for what, but they never.
Now she said they was gathering eggs, so that means they were gathering her eggs to harvest her eggs. Because remember, she said that she seen one of the little babies, and it kind of looked like her grandson, and she said she knew that it was her baby. So I've heard this story before from other abductees or other people that have had this experience, that they are actually taken aboard these spacecrafts, and there are experiments done on them by these aliens. They are harvesting their eggs. The men, they have them, get their sperm, and sometimes they have them actually having, relations with these aliens, but they make them look like women that they would be attracted to. And yeah. Yeah.
Even inkling of what it was for, of what this hybrid race would be doing, where it would be, or what. My grandfather died in 1940. So this was in the 1930s when these things were happening with them. She said they would be sitting on the side porch at night, and they would see.
So her family members, and this is something that is I've heard, like when I researched this and look up this whole alien situation, that they come to these people in generations. So she said her family members back in the 30s were seeing these aliens out on their property. They would see them at the oil wells, and they look like little children in white outfits, like probably like jumpers or, little space outfits or whatever. I don't know. But she said they were, look like little children running around in white. Okay, now that's in the 30s. Now we looking at her, we know this was not in the 30s. So she was probably like in the 80s and 90s. But I've heard that they come to each generation.
Lights over the oil wells, and a lot of times they would
Stormy.
see what they thought were little children dressed in white running around the oil wells. And on several times they saw it in the daytime. They would see these little children dressed in white. And once or twice they got up to go see if they could catch the little children and find out who they were, and they would start out, but by the time they would get there, the children would be gone. The main concept was creating a hybrid breed. At least that's what they told me, that they were trying to create a race of people that could live in our atmosphere and in their atmosphere. And they had not yet produced that person.
I believe this woman. For some reason, she sounds truthful. She doesn't look like, she don't have no reason to be lying. I believe her. I believe that she had contact with these beings. I believe that they abducted her and took her to harvest her eggs, and they were trying to create a hybrid breed. They have not been able to do that yet. Well, back then, I don't know if they've been able to do it now, but they've been trying to, produce these hybrid breeds so that they can either live here or over there, because their atmosphere is different from our atmosphere. But supposedly there's things on this planet that we have, minerals, gold, different things that they need to sustain their planet. So this is why they come over here, or they've come over here, or they've been over here. But they've been over here for a very long time. Okay, we're not even going to start talking about how they're in the oceans. People be seeing them, the Navy and all these different government people that work, for the military, see these damn things going down in the water and coming back up out of the water. We seen it on the news where they're looking at the UAP flying around and it goes down into the water and it came right back up out of the water. There's nothing that we have, no technology that we have. There's no airplanes, no jets, no nothing that we have that is capable of doing that. Some of these things that you see them doing just defies the whole laws of physics. Like, if we were to be going that fast, our bodies wouldn't even be able to sustain that kind of pressure. We would probably blow up. Like, we would be crushed with the pressure. Like, we can't go down that. It just defies gravity. So that's how you know that it's some other type of life form. It doesn't even have to be. And then if we really want to get into it, it doesn't even really have to be an alien creature. It could be AI type technology. It could be so advanced to where as though it's some type of machines, which is why you see when they make these movies, sometimes the whole alien situation is not really a creature. It's AI technology. And you see that we have AI technology now. And you see everything now is about robots, and they're trying to create, dolls and different things that will take the place of humans. I'm telling y'all, pretty soon, they're going to be so advanced with this stuff that they're going to be taking over the jobs. And it's not going to be nothing for us to do, because they're going to be having the damn AI doing everything. So my whole thing with all of this, just because you can do something doesn't mean you have to do it. Doesn't mean you should. Because you have to think about, it's still us. If y'all trying to have all these advancements and do all of this technology, what about us? Where we gonna go? So y'all gotta be thinking about this. I mean, I'm telling you, the powers that be, they think about all of this. Population control, the world is too, it's not enough. resources to sustain us all. So don't think that these people, don't think for 1 minute, the Elon Musks and all these people, Bill Gates and all these people with all this money, don't think for 1 minute that they're not thinking about these type of things. You know, if we wipe all of them out, okay, well, we'll just take over. Oh, we'll just jump on a spaceship and we'll just go to Mars. Why do you think they make movies like that? They make movies constantly showing us these scenarios that the elites have left us all behind and left us on this earth where we're fighting over whatever resources is here, and it's radiation and it's all this, but they're living all off on some other planet and we're constantly trying to get over there. Like, I'm telling you, just because you can do something doesn't mean that you should do it. Okay? That's what's going to be the downfall of our human civilization is technology, because it's too much. It's too much knowledge, you know? So we got to be careful. I'm telling you, we can end up destroying ourselves, you know, where we think that we're doing a good thing. We actually aren't. Hey, Meek, I see you. Hey, Sweet Pea Mods in chat. I hit the like. I'll catch the replay. No problem. Thank you for coming through. Yes, Stormy, this is nice. Glad you're doing this so people can become aware of this kind of thing. I mean, definitely, because, you know, it's all fun and games. We get up here and we kiki and we joke and we laugh and we, you know, we do all the dragging and all the stuff that goes on here. But sometimes you got to be serious. Sometimes we can't. You know, we got to take a look at what's going on around us. You know, a lot of times we're caught up in the rat race, caught up in what, you know, they're distracting us with this Diddy shit and all this, what's going on. You know, why do you think all of a sudden now they want to crucify Diddy? Diddy been doing these things. It's a lot of this stuff is distractions so that we don't pay attention to what is really going on. You know what I mean? Where we, you know, just like that movie, Don't Look Up, where they were literally telling people that an asteroid, it is coming. It is going to wipe out the world. And people did not care. They were looking at their phones and they were worried about what this celebrity was doing and what that celebrity, and literally the asteroid was coming. And you could see it in the damn heavens. You could see it. And people didn't care. There were people that were running around that knew. And they were trying to tell the world, but the world they were caught up on, you know, what was going on Facebook and what's going on. If they didn't say it on Facebook, it's not happening. And that is literally what we do. Like, we sitting here and the government is literally having hearings on UFOs. Okay. They didn't even want to admit that Roswell was real. They were trying to tell the people that it wasn't real, it was fake, ever since the 60s. And now, all of a sudden, they want to come out and, oh, yeah, there are aliens. And matter of fact, we've been finding the damn spaceships crashed for years. And, yeah, we got alien bodies, yeah, over there in Area 51. Yeah, you guys, you are right about Area 51. But all this time, we've been telling you, no, it's not real. And now, all of a sudden, they just want to sneak their asses up here and have hearings about it. And guess what people are doing? Making fun of it. They're on Twitter joking about it. They got memes about it. Nobody's taking it serious. Everybody's brushing it off. Everybody's still just, you know, going along with life. Literally, and then what did we just have? I think it was last month or earlier in the month or later in October. What is it, that telescope? Oh, we see a mothership. Now, this is the government. Oh, you know what? There was a spaceship. It was going past us. And then all of a sudden it stopped and noticed Earth. And now it's heading here and it's going to be here in 3 weeks. And people literally are just going along with life. I'm telling you, we are in for a rude awakening with this government. Okay? All I can tell you guys is to just pray, get with your families, talk to your children, and, just try to prepare. I mean, but there's really nothing that we can do. Literally. There's literally nothing we can do. Did you hear what this woman said? She said, we can't do anything with these aliens. We're no match for them. We have nothing that would stop them. They don't care about a government. They don't care. And they're going to stop and say, oh, let's go ask Trump first. Oh, they don't care about any of that. None of that. Our government does not, but from what in researching, from what I've seen, that they supposedly have a treaty with them already. And we ain't going to get into the whole Hitler thing and what they were doing back then with these aliens and stuff. I mean, it's so much that we can really talk about, but people don't care. If it's not about Diddy, it ain't about nothing. I don't know whether it's because we have the internet, but it's a lot of people going missing, especially kids every day. Yes, it is a lot of people going missing. It definitely is a lot of people going missing. I remember where this was a couple years ago where they picked up this woman. I forget what state this was in, but they picked up this woman and they had arrested her for something. And she had told them that she took part in hundreds of abductions, hundreds of satanic murders, that they would abduct people and take them to caves and murder them. And she was dead serious. She said, we do, satanic rituals. We kidnap people all the time, women, children. They really want younger people because they're more pure. And they were asking her, well, what's the names of the people? And she's like, I don't know. I can't tell you the names. We just kidnap people. We just abduct them. And because she couldn't tell them any names, they felt like she wasn't telling the truth. Oh, she's crazy. I believe every word she said. There's no reason that just like when that guy, I forget what they arrested him for, but they have his little arrest tape on YouTube. And he was talking about how he was a sex slave for Diddy. Remember that guy? Oh, he's a sex slave for Diddy. Diddy hired him, had him doing all these nefarious things and all this. And now that Diddy is locked up for all of this, now everybody wants to play the man's video. Oh, remember him? Yeah, but y'all was laughing at him. And y'all was saying he was crazy. But he been told y'all that he was a sex slave for Diddy. He was making him have sex with Cassie and all these people. But y'all thought the man was crazy. Not so crazy now, right? So, there's just, we can get into a lot of, what they're actually doing, with the aliens, the celebrities and different people that are higher ups, in these billionaire boys clubs and all of these things that they're all a part of. We can really get into what they're really doing, but people don't want to believe it. They don't believe it until they see it. And it's all demonic and satanic. It really is what it is. It doesn't mean the things that they're doing doesn't mean that it works. It doesn't mean that they're getting anywhere, but the fact that they're doing it, it is because they feel like, they have hidden knowledge, they have hidden access to certain things. And that's what these congressional hearings are about. What is going on? What is it with all these secrets? Y'all using taxpayer dollars? They like, no, we ain't using, we don't have to tell you anything. And that's what gets me about this whole government situation. She's up there trying to make them tell her what it is that they've done uncovered and what type of secrets they holding. And this man said, I done signed paperwork. I can't tell you nothing. There's not really, so you're trying to tell me the government, they're not really the government. They're not really in control of shit. They said, listen, the people that I report to and the people that I work for, I can't talk to you about this because they made me sign paperwork. So that tells you right there, it's deeper than just the government. There's really, and then the Pentagon is saying, oh, well, we don't know nothing about, we don't know nothing about, deny. We don't know anything about it. These programs don't exist. Okay. Okay. But then you got people, these whistleblowers coming out saying, yes, they do exist. I've worked there. I've worked for them. I've seen it. I've seen the aliens. They've crashed and we've picked them up and we've taken them to these facilities. They're reverse engineering the spacecraft. Okay, well, we can say maybe that's true, but then we can also say, yeah, well, really, is it the government behind all of this? Maybe they're the ones that have this technology. Maybe, maybe they did reverse engineer these, spacecraft or whatever. And maybe what we see in the skies that they say could be UAPs or UFOs, maybe it's the government. I wouldn't put it past them. It could even be them. Hey, Peach T, Nicole Poindexter. Hey, Sweet Pea. Hey, I see you. Thank you for coming through. I'm telling you guys, it is so many different rabbit holes that we can go down, with this whole situation.
Now, on another occasion, I remembered being shown a baby that really favored my grandson a lot. If you would, give it the slant eyes, they weren't as big as their eyes, but it looked human. And I knew that this was my child, and I wanted to take that child with me.
Now, this is not the first time that I've heard this either, that when they are taken aboard these spacecrafts, they are shown children that they have created using their eggs. And these kids look just like the people, these abductees, like they have been going back and forth to these spaceships. They don't realize it, but they've been abducted many times and their eggs have been harvested. They've had children, they've, abducted them and they've created hybrids using them. So they let them come up there and see the kids every now and then. I think it has to do more with maybe some type of DNA, or it's something that they might need, from the abductee with this hybrid that they've created, which is why they bring them up there every now and then and they let them see them, and people feel a connection to these kids. They're like, that looks like it could be mine. And one guy, I've seen his story, he had multiple children up there because they had been taking him many times and using his sperm many times to create these hybrid beings. So she's saying she felt a connection. She wanted to take the baby back. And they're like, no, you're not going to be able to take it back because it's not going to be able to survive on your planet. I believe it. I believe this.
But they said that it would not be able to live in this atmosphere. Well, I know that it was physical, because if I did not get out of that car, where did I get all that dirt that was up to here on me?
So was she saying, if you catch this, was she saying she must have been abducted out in a field or something? She must have been in her car and they must have abducted her from her car. And I think they dragged her, dragged her in the dirt and brought her up into the spaceship or something. And that lump, you see, there's a lump on her head. She's interviewing with someone, like a reporter, about her experience. And she's got a big old lump on her head where, either she hit something or they hit her. I don't know. She doesn't really go into how she got the lump or whatever. I don't know if they beat her up. I don't think they beat her up. I just think that when they tried to abduct her, she hit her head, or they was dragging her in the dirt, which is why she said it was dirt up, on her legs and everything. She's saying if she wasn't abducted and she was just standing out there in her car looking up or whatever, she wouldn't have been dirty like that. So she's explaining, how she got abducted.
If I just stepped out of the car and looked up, because we were on pavement. So it's no way that I could have got that much dirt on me just standing outside a car on the street looking. And that's the first thing that let me know that it was real. And beside this knot, which might be, you could say that it could be anything. The bruises are real. Nobody is beating me up in my sleep. Because if anybody hit me that hard, I would wake up. And the places where I have the bruises, I couldn't give them to myself. And like I said, if I bumped into something that hard, I would certainly remember it. So it's real to me. It's not really a frightening experience. It's just, it happens, and it doesn't leave you frightened. I think the thing that frightened me the most was that I was not consciously aware of what had happened, and I did not know what to put these ships with. I didn't have anything concrete to say, well, they're coming to do this or that. I just had the frightening feeling. And after I found out what had happened, I was at peace with what had happened, knowing that there's nothing that I can do about it, because I cannot stop them. Nobody can stop them from doing what they want to do.
That right there is the most compelling piece that she said. She cannot stop them. Nobody can stop them. We cannot stop them. The government cannot stop them. The military cannot stop them. If they are alien beings, creatures from other planets that are very technological, however can you say it, more advanced in technology than we are, what can we do? Our little, how it's just gonna melt. They gonna pull them things that they gonna turn it back around. You know how the movies is, like when you try to shoot an alien, they gonna turn it back around. There's nothing that they will be able to do. They're gonna shoot them things. They're gonna drop the bullets right there. There's nothing that we can do with this race of beings. If they wanted to take over, they could take over right now. You know what I'm saying? And I believe that they are here. They've been here. I believe that they're over there, like they say, in Antarctica, hiding up underneath of them ice, sheets. And I believe it. I believe all of that. I do. I just do. I don't believe in this government. I don't trust this government. I believe that they know about it. I believe they have that peace treaty, like they said, like these people are saying. I believe it. I believe all of it. I believe all of it. I'm telling you. Y'all gonna see? Y'all gonna be like, wow, damn.
Nobody on this earth. Because they are too far advanced mentally and technologically we don't have a defense at all.
It's like they do magic.
Yeah, they could come in today and take over if that was their desire. But like I said, I don't feel it's their desire to take over through violence, and they don't care about governments. See, government control is not their thing. They want bodies, and they want minds that are going to do what they want the minds to do. But they need the bodies to do whatever it is with. And that's where we come in. Ask them. Why was
it's just funny the way she said that.
And they don't care about governments. See, government control is not their thing. They want bodies, and they want minds.
She said government control is not their thing. They want bodies. That is too funny the way she said that, honey. They want bodies. I agree with you, lady. I agree with you on that. Okay? Okay? Peach Tea said they are not gentle beings either, and yes, they are here. I agree with you. These alien beings, they are not benevolent. They are not E.T., like the movie E.T. They're not here to be our friends. They don't have that emotional connection and empathy and sympathy. They don't have any of that. They have an agenda, and, they've been probably wanted to annihilate us. But I believe that the government has a treaty with them and they have an understanding. Okay. They have certain areas where they can be. And I believe they have a whole civilization of people up underneath over there in Antarctica. I believe that's where they are. That whole Bermuda Triangle situation, when people go missing over there in the Bermuda Triangle, I believe those are like time, warps or portals and shit. And they probably are gripping up those people. Okay. Trust me. I don't believe that for 1 minute that the government is oblivious to any. We don't know. This just happened all of a sudden. No, y'all been in communications with these aliens, and now it's disclosure happening. You know what I'm saying? Like, now is the time. It's like whatever it is they want to, I've been watching a lot of people on YouTube. And it's a lot of these people that talk about, the spiritual ascension. Oh, we're just going to be ascending into a different dimension and we're just going into higher clarity. No. Shit getting ready to hit the fan. When it goes down, it's going to go down. And we're going to have to be, protecting our families and fending for our lives. Okay? It's not going to be, everything's just, we're just going to a spiritual place and a higher ascension. And, they want to communicate with us and they want to help us. No, they don't. They want to take over this goddamn earth. Like they said, their planet is dying and they want this damn planet. They've been wanted this planet and the government has just been pacifying them. Okay. And now, it's coming to fruition. Okay. So now they're trying to get us prepared and bring us up to speed. But some of the government people are probably just like, you know what? Don't even to just let this shit hit the fan. We just jump in our spaceships and we just leave them here, and our government is pushing. That's why they're having these hearings. No, we want the government. We want the people to know. We want the American people to know. I don't know what y'all think. Would you want to know, or you just want the shit to hit the fan and you just, we just go out? Or do you want to be prepared? Do you want to know? I don't even know if I want to see these things. Like when people say, oh, they were abducted by aliens. And like the girl was joking and saying, well, don't tell Erykah Badu I got abducted because I know she's mad that they ain't came and got her yet. Because she's weird. She want them to come and get her. She want to have an experience like that because she been doing all that weird shit that she does. She probably already been having interaction with higher beings and whatever frequency she's, chanting and shit. She probably done already interacted with them spirits. Okay. But she says she wants to, have a physical experience. I don't know if I want to see aliens. And I think that's probably why they don't come to a lot of black women or black people, because we're not playing that shit. Don't nobody want to see no damn I don't want to see no aliens standing at the foot of my goddamn bed. I wouldn't want to see nothing like that. Would you want to see that? You wouldn't want to see that, would you? I wouldn't want to see anything like that. So, I believe that's probably why they don't mess with us. Okay. They go and they deal with the Caucasian people and, cause they always want to venture out and discover stuff and investigate. We don't want no parts of that shit. I don't know how I would react if I seen a gray, tall, slinky thing standing at the edge of my bed. Boy, you better get out of here. What you got on? You might think that's your husband or your man. What you done put on an outfit? You don't want to see nothing like that. You better get your ass out my room. I mean, but this black woman, she seems to have had an experience with aliens, and she said the baby looked like her grandson. She said she didn't have a bad experience. Peach Tea says some of us can't choose if we want to see them or not. Oh, some of us are genetically connected to them. Oh, okay, Peach Tea. Okay. That makes sense. I would be scared. I just would be scared. And I think that they know that. And so that's probably why they don't come to certain people, because they know that you would be scared. That you wouldn't be able to handle it. So that's probably why they don't. Just stay away from me. I'm just telling you. I know y'all probably hear me and see me doing this video. This is not an invitation to come to my house, please. Because I wouldn't be able to handle it. Nope. Don't come here. Right, Michelle. That weird. Yeah. Erykah Badu, she likes all that stuff. She be having her little concerts and doing her frequency and playing her instruments, going into a different dimension. Child. Yes, true. They know who will welcome them. Right. But I mean, I believe there's probably some good ones and there's probably some bad ones. And probably the good ones probably, come and visit people and take them up to go see their kids and all. But I just don't feel like as a whole that they are really invested in helping us. I just don't. I feel like they've been wanted this earth, and there has been some type of treaty to stop them from doing whatever it is. I believe that we've given them a certain amount of space and said, you guys can mine whatever it is you need for yourselves or for your planet or for your people. Y'all can be over here and y'all can do what y'all need to do over there. But leave us alone. I really believe that. I believe that they have some type of agreement, for real. And I think maybe they're getting to the point where they're just like, we need more. This is not enough. It's not sustaining us any longer. So. But I really believe, that the elites, when we get into celebrity, the elites, people that have all this money, I believe that they have certain information, and they are given certain information once they get to a certain level, right? And that's when we start talking about the Illuminati and all that stuff. I believe that they are given this information because they are in this brotherhood. And so they have this secret knowledge, and it is all about the aliens and, the secret life and how life was created and, how these pyramids were formed and who formed them. And, we talk about the Anunnaki and the, Sumerian tablets, all that stuff. I believe that they have all this knowledge. Why do you think they're always talking about alchemy and all these different things? When they get into this celebrity lifestyle, all of a sudden they start shifting into different ideas. Why is that? I believe that they are exposed to certain, secrets, which makes, the whole elite, and I believe that they feel as though, because they have that information, they can't give that information to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, because we wouldn't be able, like the lower level class or whatever, we wouldn't be able to handle it. So the elites and the celebrities and all that, they're giving the information because they have money. They buy their way into it. So I really think that that's what the whole Illuminati secrets are. It's that type of stuff. The alien, like the Vatican even has it. Why do you think they have their whole, space program. The Vatican has even said, if aliens were to be real, they'll be our brothers. They want to be the ones, they want to be the first to baptize them. Like, what? You're not going to be able to baptize no damn aliens. They don't care nothing about religion. But why do you think they say things like that? It's just putting it out there to the world just to see what we're going to say, just to see how we would react. But when they know that they're real about it, they mean it. They just want to see what we're going to say and what we're going to do. Oh, is it going to cause a riot? Are they going to, is it going to cause mass hysteria? So they feed it to us a little bit at a time, little bit just to see how we do with the information. Like I said, like now, they're having these hearings, they're doing all this, and the world is still going. No mass hysteria, no chaos. So they're like, okay, we got them desensitized. We've deprogrammed them. They are not thinking about anything about real life. They are so warped out with social media and everything else, their own life problems and everything. They're not watching what is going on right before their eyes. That's what it all boils down to. They have always said that Antarctica was a place for them, and there is a lot of weird things there. Yep. Why do you think the Nazis were going over to Antarctica? Why do you think that was their, they were obsessed with Antarctica? I believe and I've seen programs where they went over there and they actually did meet with aliens. Hitler said he met with them. And that was his whole, obsession with creating this race. Okay. They also wanted to create a being that would have fought in war. They was trying to do that too. Create a hybrid type of a animal that would have went to war for the SS. So yeah, it's a lot of freaky things going on in Antarctica. Okay. And yeah. So you guys, if you catch the replay, let me know what you think about this topic. I do want to do something like this. I'm just trying it out, just trying to see, what type of audience we can get. I want to do like a UFO files, reactions to these type of videos and other videos about UFOs, UAPs, and just this whole topic about aliens, because I really think that people need to be aware of what is going on around us. I know that we're consumed with everyday life. I know we have work, we still got bills, we still got family. All of this stuff is still going to go on, right? But just think about it. If this is true, if there are aliens, if there are technology and programs that reverse engineering, and they have free energy, and they have all these things in this technology, they're not going to want to put that out there because it would take down entire industries. If they were to put out the technology that these aliens, have, it would get rid of poverty. It would get rid of, wars. It would get rid of everything because there would be no more fighting over resources. We wouldn't need gas. We wouldn't need oil. We wouldn't need the electric companies. We wouldn't need any of that because it would be free energy. And that's the technology that they have. And that's what they're trying to keep from us, right? So there are people that are invested that think that we should know about this, but then there's a whole host of people that think we shouldn't know, because if we do know, then that's going to get rid of their industries and their money. And I mean, it's a lot of money being made off of gas, oil, coal, all of these, the electric company, all of these, the gas, it's money being made. If we were to get rid of that and households were run off of free energy, so do you really think they want that technology? They've had this technology in the 50s and the 30s. Nikola Tesla, Their great, great, great grandfather, Tesla, he had all of that. He created that way back when. So we've already had access to these type of things, but they try to make you think that, oh, back in the 50s, back in the 30s, we didn't know anything about, anything about that. But they did. So that's what it is that is at stake here. It's a lot of money at stake. It is industries at stake. So of course the Pentagon and of course these, companies are going to sit there and say, no, we don't know anything about this. We know it's not true. It's not true, because they don't want any of that to come out. It would bankrupt a lot of these billionaires, and these very people are the ones that are funding these programs that are secretive programs that the government knows nothing about. Imagine being part of a country where our government has no control over what they know and don't know, what they're privy to and what they're not privy to. Imagine that man sitting right in front of the congressional, and he's telling them, I can't tell you that. She's like, yes or no? Do they have this? Yes or no? Yes. Yes. But any particulars, I sign paperwork, I can't say. Imagine being in a this is why Elon Musk, this is why Elon Musk is so smart. He knows all about it. Bill Gates knows all about it. It's a lot of them that Warren Buffett knows all about it. They all know all about it because they're all a part of these industries that would be greatly affected if they were to have free energy. Now, Elon Musk, I think he wants to do a lot of things that like smart cities, and I think he probably would be one that would want the free energy, but I don't know. You know what I'm saying? You never really know. Those type of people, the ones that you think are innovative, they be the very ones. It's all about money. So if it's going to affect their bottom line and they're not going to be billionaires anymore, do you think that they don't care anything about us. They make their money off of us. So if anything, they would get it. They would benefit from it. We wouldn't benefit from it. They would look for a way to charge for it. They look for a way to bottle that shit up and have us pay for it. Because if not, how are they going to stay rich? You need people to get rich off of. You can't stay rich if there's no cycle. So you need poor people, you need lower class people, because those are the people, the backs that you ride off of and you make your money off of. I think Elon Musk has insight on the aliens. Yeah, I believe he does. I believe they all have insight, all the presidents, that's why Barack Obama, when he was asked about was there aliens, he laughed it off and said, I can't tell you. Basically, he was saying yes. They all know, they're briefed on that when they come into office. So this is our government. This is, the great United States of America. This is where we live, you guys. So buckle up your seatbelts, because it's going to be the next few years. I'm telling you, it's going to be like never before. We're going to see things, disclosure. You think this is something? It's just going to get more and more. More things are going to be exposed. Things that they've always said don't exist. I'm telling you, one day you're going to look on the screen and you're going to see an alien in your screen. And they're going to tell you that this is our brother. Okay. This is someone that is an alien and he is for the betterment of our society. I mean, I'm telling you, you're going to see them shaking hands. They're going to say they had this treaty. They're going to show you their people. I'm telling you, it's coming, you guys. It's coming. So that's all I have for this video, you guys. Like I said, I I am playing around with, new concepts, new ideas, new content. So if this is something that you think that you would like to see on the channel, if you catch the replay, please drop in the comments and let me know. Also, send me ideas, what you'd like to see me talk about as it pertains to anything, Let's see what we can do on this channel to make the content what you want to see. So we do have a new video coming up with our Black on the Box series. This is going to be a new series that is going to cover Black TV shows from back in the day, present, you name it. But it's Black on the Box. In our first episode, we're going to be talking about a different world. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. You have all of your notifications set so that you know when we upload a video. That's all I got for you guys. Thank you for coming through. Moderators, thank you. Members, everybody, thank you for supporting. And you guys have a good night. I'll catch you later. Bye.
في أكمل